Listen, so kind of like last week, a little kind of different variation on the kind of strength work that we have been doing, just to kind of keep yourself moving. You have two little kind of 8-minute strength AMRAPs, your main one, and kind of little accessory one. No score, shouldn't be the hardest workout of the week. All right. So just talking through it, first one is we're going to start off with some tempo pistols. All right. I will preference you to do them to a chair. Just because I want to see the control, unless you have great mobility. Like, I can do them quite well, but I don't think I'll be quite good at doing the tempo version of it. All right. So I would like to see you do it to a chair just to see proper knee control. That is going to be 12 repetitions. That's 3 on each side. Just think about 3 seconds down. You're just fighting the downward face. All right. Just tip the chair and then you can squeeze back up. If you feel confident, you can do them weighted onto the chair as well. Just hold your dumbbell, kettlebell out in front. We'll have a little go of them in the warm up, just doing 1 or 2. So you can kind of see how you feel. All right. After them, then we're going to do some rows in a plank. So what you're going to do then is, we've done these before. You're going to place your hand on that chair. All right, one hand on the chair, your feet out behind you. So you're in kind of like a 45-degree plank. All right. And then you're just going to row your weight. So it's just to get the midsection kind of turn on a little bit more. Same kind of row with your body, but just to get that midsection turn on. Again, we'll creep them in a little bit. So it's kind of good to have the chair for the pistol and for the row. And that again is 6 on each side. You have a little breather, you take about 30 seconds. Hopefully you should be looking to get through 3 rotations, maybe getting into the 4th round of going through that. All right. The clock will keep running. We're just going to have a 1-minute rest gap. And we're going to do a little kind of strength AMRAP. All right. Accessory one, sorry, to accessorize some of those movements that we just did. All right. So the first one, done these before. Narrow stance heel elevated goblet squats. All right. They are quite a quad pump. 16 repetitions there. So I will ask you to elevate your heels just a little bit, and you can do that literally just by putting your heels on a book or something kind of small. If we were in the gym, I'd tell you to use 2 small little weight plates. All right. Comfy. Time to call this comfy.
Sorry.
5 burpees for being late. I'm only joking because I don't care, because I know you're doing them. Anyway, guys, so 16 narrow stance squats. So do elevate your heels, pop your heel up onto something if you can. And narrow stance is pretty much, you're going to have your feet as close as you can, comfortably, while staying upright. All right. There's no tempo on them, so I do want you to kind of pump your legs there. I want you to go a little bit faster on them ones. 10 to 12 curls. You just have a little bit of leeway in repetitions, just if the arms kind of get a little bit tired. So you can hold the dumbbell or your kettlebell in 2 hands. So it's going to go 10 to 12 repetitions. And 10 to 12 toe touches. You're just a little core exercise. You're sitting on, so you're lying flat on your ground, legs up in the air, and you're just going to crunch up and tip your toes. Again, little kind of breather, go to 30 seconds, and then you're going to flow through that again. Any questions? Lovely. All right, guys, let's start warming up. All right. So, pop yourself up. All right. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of work to go through. All right. And then I just want you to do it. And then we'll have a little bit of a stretch. So having a quick look at me first. All right. So just starting off, make sure you kind of have your chair or whatever there. I want you to start off first. Just give me 12 air squats, just normal stance for now. And once you've done your 12 air squats, I then want you to get onto your chair or whatever you do, set yourself up in a plank, have your hands kind of narrow, and I just want you to give me 12 hip taps. So I'm just tapping my hips. All right. So let's go. 12 air squats. Just normal for now. Just get the legs pumping. We'll narrow them and pistol them now in a second. Get nice and low, because that is actually stretching out through your legs as well. Once you've done your 12 air squats, I just want you to get onto your chair there. Put your hands narrow. They are better narrow. Do have your feet minimally wide to get more balance. And then just tap your hips. And make sure, again, you're hollowing your abs. You're crunching into your abs like you're doing a good planche. And as we do these, try to think, you're trying to minimize any rock or sway from side to side. You want your body rigid. So like if your hips are tilting, that's what we're trying to avoid. Imagine you had a little bowl of water on your kind of at your hips there. You don't want that to tilt left or right. All right. Perfect, guys. From there, let's hit the deck. We're just going to have a quick stretch. Let's just stretch out through the legs. Let's get down. We're just going to do the world's greatest stretch first. We're only going to hold each position for a couple of seconds. We're just going to keep moving through it. So off, down. Beautiful. All right, guys, just moving around in it first. All right, just give me 10 little hip bounce because I'm just driving my hips right down to the floor. Going there, staying on the same side, drop your back knee down, bring yourself up. So I'm just in the bottom of a lunge now. If you can, come back and grab your foot, get a little stretch to your quad. If you can't grab your foot, that's okay. You can just stay here, squeeze your bum and just push your hip in. Just get a little stretch through your hip and through your quad just for all the pistols. Lovely, slowly putting that foot down. We're just going to change over. The same crack in the opposite side. Just moving around in it first. Just drawing some circles. And then 10 hip bounces. So just trying to drive my hips down to a deep squat position. And then come on back up. And then we're grabbing the foot. If we can, and if not, again, just leave your knee on the ground, foot on the ground. Just squeeze your bum to push your hip in. Perfect. Lovely, guys. From there, we're standing up. What I want you to now is just make sure your weight is just kind of next to you. I want you first off to give me 12 narrow stance air squats. If you can, do have something to prop your heels up, all right? And just so we can kind of have a go with that. It can be 2 books. It can be anything that you can just kind of elevate your heels just a little bit. I want you to give me 12 of them, all right? And then 12 just normal dumbbell rows for now, just normal dumbbell rows. Go. And with the narrow stance squats, only go as low as you feel comfortable. Don't force the position if you feel like you're tilting forward, all right? So we're just trying to pump the quads here. So if you can't hit full depth, that's okay. If you're able to, beautiful. Don't force it. You're going to feel those quads work anyway. So 12 of them. And then I just want you to give me 12 rows. That is 6 on the right, 6 on the left. Perfecto. Guys, once you've done that, all right, and we're just going to get a little stretch to your calves, all right? All I want you to do is just pop your toe up onto something. That could just be popping it up onto your waist, your dumbbell. It can be your kettlebell. You can pop it up to the wall. Just something solid, like we would do in the gym, with a pillar or something. Just want to get a little stretch through those calves. This will help out even with the narrow stance squats. Will help in a little bit. So just leaning in. Make sure you feel that full stretch. Changing over. Beautiful. Right, next little one, and we're just going to have a little go through some of the other movements that we haven't given a shot to yet. We're going to have a little go of our pistol. I just do these body weight for now. I'm just going to ask for 6, and I want 3 on each side. All right. So have your chair there. Have a little bit of a tempo or a little bit of a control down. I'm going to think about 3, 2, 1, down, fast and aggressive, back up. I'm going to change over. 3, 2, 1, down, fast and aggressive, back up. I then want you to give me 6 rows in your plank position. So you're going to have your dumbbell, and then you're going to row it towards your hip, all right, with a slow low. 1, 6 in total, 3 on each side, please. Let's have a little look. Take a little mini round. So Just try to have a little fight on the way down. That's the main thing. And squeeze the stand. Beautiful. Again, when we get into the workout now in a minute, you can try these weighted. Just for now, obviously, just have a little go body weight. And as long as you have control, that is the main thing. So come for, that's a bit, so I want it a little bit slower. That's it, just a little bit slower. I want you to fight. I want that leg to work, all right? So really fight the way down. Nice, Alex. And then 6 rows. Plank rows. So get those legs as far away from your body as you can, just to challenge that midsection. Perfect, guys. And then last little thing, just to make sure, again, we know what we're doing when they come up, is I just want you to give me 10 repetitions of just your curl. So just holding your weight in your 2 hands. We all know that one, just a bicep curl. Just curl it all the way up towards your shoulders. And then 10 toe touches. So just having a quick look just to make sure we know what we're doing. So I'm just going to be lying on the ground. My legs are up in the air. And I'm literally just crunching up to touch my toes. 10 and 10, please. Ten curls and then 10 toe touches again. We will be doing these in a few minutes, so just good to have a little go. Once you finish this, guys, if you have any questions, just ask me. Otherwise than that, we will get into it. So your first one is just going to be your 8 minutes of your 12 pistols, 6 on each side, 12 plank rows, 6 on each side, a little 30-second breather. That's all I want you to think about first. And you're going to go through that for 8 minutes, looking for 3 rotations, maybe about 4 if you're able. And then obviously I'll talk through the next bit. But if you have any questions, guys, do ask now, because otherwise than that, we're going to get into it. No, beautiful. So just get yourself kind of set up kind of in your kind of area. Just make sure, you have your kind of chair set and you have your kind of weight there, and you can just obviously move through them and transition quite easily. Again, for the pistol, if you feel confident, do weight it up, do hold it like a goblet, all right? That is 6 on the right, 6 on the left. You can alternate each repetition if you want. So you go 1 on the right, 1 on the left to 12. For your rows, again, be in a good solid plank with your hand on your chair, 6 on the right, 6 on the left, and have that little breather. If you're ready, guys, just throw a little tumble. Boom, 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 boom.
Do you hold the weight out in front of you, or as you close to your chest when you're doing the pistols?
So when you're doing a pistol, it depends on whatever you're comfortable with. You use the weight as a counterbalance. So if you're going down and you feel like you're kind of losing balance, you kind of put it out in front. You'll know automatically when you're doing it. If you can be nice and upright and solid, you'll have it close, but you'll naturally tend to want to put it out a tiny bit. But it's more of a counterbalancing. Right, guys, here we go. Just have your weights ready, have your chair ready. Pistols first. We're going to get going in 3, 2, 1, and we are moving for the first round. Beautiful. Remember, have that little slow fight down. I remember that's what we're trying to work on. Just think a quick 3, 2, 1, and make sure we don't plop or fall onto the chair. Have like the most gentlest kind of sit down just to keep that tension in the leg. When we're coming up out of it, I do want you to think fast and aggressive. Squeeze your quad, squeeze your bum, and push your leg through the floor. All right, so good fast contraction of your legs, but you do fight it down. All right. It's 12 in total, 6 on the right, 6 on the left. And then I want you into those plank rows. And for the plank rows, remember, have one hand on the chair, your feet back out behind you in a big long plank. Abs are set, no hip movement. All right. And then row towards your hip.
You're listening to One World Radio, the sound of Tomorrowland.
Remember, go maybe 3 rounds of this. And once you finish your plank rows, it is 30 seconds off. Just take a quick kind of count down in your head, 20, 30 seconds. If you feel like you want to go straight into it, that's okay. You can keep flowing. We're here to do some work. Nice plank, Aoife. Nice control, Sarah. So Sarah, if you feel confident, don't be afraid to grab like a little weight. Maybe try a weighted one. They look quite good. They look quite controlled. Nothing heavy, but just again, challenge that leg a little bit. If it's too much, obviously you can put it down. More than able. Hold on. Good man, Dermo. Just try to control that down till the last second. So I don't want to see you fall onto it. I want it nice and slow the entire way. Good man. Comfy. We're not doing curls yet. We're just doing our pistols and our rows. You're okay. Good woman. Nice, Aoife. Nice. Alex, lovely, lovely tempo. Because then your legs probably burn more in the next bit. So think on this one, control is important. Yeah, a couple of us getting onto those plank rows. Remember plank row, imagine someone was there and they put a little bowl of water kind of at your hips. There should be no movement to legs. Dermo, get your other leg back behind you. So I want 2 legs in a plank. So 2 legs back in that plank. There you go. Yeah, and now do it. Beautiful. It's just a little bit more challenge on that midsection. Sarah, could I get you to rock forward a little bit more? So imagine to get your shoulder a little bit more over your wrist. Exactly, yeah, and now row. So now we're in a kind of a nice planche. There we go. Savage. Nice, comfy. And we're about halfway through time-wise. It's about 4 minutes gone, 4 minutes left in this section. Again, just make sure you have that little breather. You end up taking off 20, because I know you can't see a clock. I don't have mine on the screen there. Just take about to go to 20 seconds off in your head. You can rotate back in to your next round. Alex, can I get you to rock more forward over the chair? Don't move your feet. No, leave your feet back. To get your egg, yeah, just like that. Now don't budge. There we go. Now we're in a lovely, lovely planche. Good man. Savage work from everybody. Make sure on the pistol as well, just because you probably will feel the quads work a little bit. Always ask yourself, am I working my glutes? Am I working my bum on the upward phase? So as you're standing up, just have a good tense on the top. Because it obviously is a massive quad exercise. And sometimes we always forget just to kind of think about the glute even. Don't be afraid as well to always look in at your knee. I know I've said this before when we do pistols. Where's your knee pointed? Goal would be in line with the toe. You have no knee falling in. And it's just good for a good knee control. You'll see it fluctuate a little bit. Mine does. About halfway down, it wants to creep in. And that's just that fight. Nice, Alex. You know we don't need a piece. Let our fears go. And we're feeling out of love. Focus gets up like we just ain't good enough. Because we all got problems, but we don't need them. No. Just let it out. No. No. 3 months more. So guys, we have about a good about 90 seconds left in this section. So even if you're taking that little breather, just take a little kind of 15, 20 seconds, get back into it. Let's try to get deep into another rotation just to get some work done. We will have a 1 minute rest gap before we do our accessory AMRAP, which should burn a little bit more than this one. A little bit more control on the way down there, comfy, just a little bit more. Just a little bit slower in the pistol. Yeah. So we're inside the last minute. So last kind of 30 seconds or so. So do try to creep in every rep you can, even if it's only an extra couple into an extra set. You will get a little kind of rest gap now. Lovely, guys. In 3, 2, 1, and relax. So clock's still running. So you have that kind of 1 minute rest gap now. All I want you to do is just make sure your area is set for your next bit. So you don't need your chair anymore if you need to push that away. It's going to be 16 narrow stance, heel elevated goblet squats. So do have something to prop your heels up onto. There's no tempo. I'd like to see you move through the 16 repetitions just a little bit faster. We're going to go for 10 to 12 curls. All right, so you just go straight into that movement, still holding your weight. Put that down, and then you're going into 10 to 12 toe touches. So we're going to lie on the ground and just tip our toes. Again, have a little breather after each round, the guts of about 30 seconds. We're going to go for 8 minutes. The goal would, again, just be about 3 rotations. If you creep into the 4th, that's perfect. All right. So we're starting in 20 seconds. That clock's not stopping. So make sure you're ready for your heel elevated squats. Have your weight next to you. Have your little spot on the floor. And again, this one should burn just that little bit more. All right, so weights are open. We're going to get going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are in it now. So have your feet as close as you can comfortably. All right, don't force the depth. And there's no tempo on these ones. And as anyone kind of knows, as I usually say, if we're doing these, and you really, really want to go for a good quad pump to do strengthen them, don't lock out your legs. So once you come up, you're just going to have a little knee bend and you go straight back down. Little knee bend and straight back down, and you're going to feel that quad pump kick on, all right? Once you're done your squats, just flow straight into your curls. If you're changing weight, obviously pop it down, grab a different weight. It is 10 to 12. Obviously look to do the 12. Get that arm all the way straight on the bottom, and then curl it all the way back. And you're straight into your 10, 12 toe touches. So legs up and just crunch up. And kind of on this one, kind of like the squats, on the squats, say don't lock out your leg. Don't let your upper back tip the ground. You're constantly kind of in that state of tension of up, 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 kind of like more like a little pulse. And you should kind of feel it kick on quite quickly, all right? Take a little bit of a breather. And we're back into it then. That kind of 20 seconds, 30 seconds in your head. A little breather, perfect when you're back in. Perfect squats. Thermo, let's try these ones weighted as well. Sorry, in the next time you do the goblets, the squats, just try to hold a little bit of a weight, because let's try to straighten those legs a bit more. All right, just in the next round even.
You can talk in your own language. Ablo translates your conversation.
Beautiful. Couple of us going for the slight little bit of a no lockout on the leg. And you will feel that burn kind of kick on straight away. And then just keep pushing yourself through them.
With JBL wireless headphones, many colors, zero wires. Designed for movement to fit your day. Check out the range at your JBL retailer or at jbl.com. Feel the music with JBL.
And curls, always think, try to get your arm completely straight on the bottom, all the way back to the top.
This is the sound of Tomorrowland. Coming up in the mix, Rudimento.
It's about 3 minutes gone, so you can kind of see that this one's going to be a little bit faster, a little bit more of a burn.
And now on One World Radio.
So come for this round, I want you to go a little bit faster on the squats, just a little bit faster. All right. There you go. Good one. Pump the legs. Hopefully now, yeah, it's starting to get that sweat little building a little bit. Things are starting to burn a little bit. And we're just coming up to the back half of this. Lovely game. A lot of us going for the no lockout. So there's about 3.5 minutes left, so we are in the back end of this. Nice, there, Mo. Lovely, guys. I'm sure when you're doing those toe touches, you feel them quite quickly. You should feel them in the midsection very, very quickly. So we have about 2 minutes left. So that's just probably a minimum of at least one round for everybody. No matter where you are now, we should be trying to get through one more. Might get through one and like a tiny bit into the next, but make sure you take that little bit of a rest before each one. In the last 2 minutes.
Regardless of the day, fight for you today. Regardless of the words, think but never say. You're always in my mind somehow, whether we're up or down. Regardless.
Nice squats, guys. Very, very nice.
Regardless. 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 Regardless.
All right, guys, we're at the last minute now. Last minute. So if you're just finishing off around the toe touches, obviously you have your little bit of a 30-second rest. Still take that. if you want it, you can just start into a next round. Just if you want to creep out the last little bit of a sweat, last kind of couple of repetitions before we finish up. About 45 seconds left on the clock. Last 15 seconds, just if you want to creep something in, or you can just catch your breath or wait for a little bit of a stretch. And the last 3, 2, 1, and you can relax. Relax. I'd say that second one got a little bit tough. Yeah? Everyone feel the legs? Yeah. All right, guys, catch your breath. All right. We're going to have a little stretch. We're just going to stretch out quickly just on the floor. So you don't need anything, just obviously a bit of space. We're just going to go quads, and then we're just going to go biceps just after all that rowing and curls. We probably feel them just a little bit. So you're not going to need anything, just obviously just a little bit of space on the ground. And just going to tilt my camera down. So guys, first thing we're just going to do is just to stretch out your legs. So all I want you to do first is just to sit on your bum. All right. So just sit down. We're just going to stretch out your quads first. So I'm sitting down. All right. All I'm going to do is going to get my right leg, grab it, and I'm going to try to get my foot kind of right up next to my bum or underneath my bum. Once I'm there and I have my foot right up towards my bum, I'm just going to rock back to my elbows. Right. Some people are able to like all the way back. You can go a little bit further. I can only go to about my elbows. Go all the way back. Beautiful. So I'm going to do 2 legs at a time. Last couple of seconds on this side. Slowly let yourself up. All right. Obviously, bring that leg back in the center. I change it over, same crack. Get that foot up towards your bum, best you can, and then slowly creep back to your elbows and see how far you can get into this. Back on the floor. And I just try to relax and just try to breathe. Let yourself sink back into that stretch. Last couple of seconds. So you can try to creep yourself on your elbows. When you get down to your shoulder, you just try to sink it down a little bit more. All of you guys can slowly sit yourself back up and start sitting on the ground. We're just going to try to stretch out the biceps, just after all the curls in the road. Always hard to stretch the biceps. We're just going to do that chest and shoulder stretch at the same time. So I want your 2 hands behind you, palms facing down, skin the cat floor. All I want you to do is just to lift your hips in as far as you can. And then if you can, just creep in an extra inch or 2. Shoulders stay pulled back. And hopefully you'll feel this pull down towards your biceps as well. You will feel it on top of the chest and shoulders anyway. We'll feel it hopefully down and kind of at the elbow. Don't just keep pulling yourself in, put your legs back at the front. Pull yourself in a little bit more. You guys, and slowly let yourselves up. Out of that. Guys, pop yourselves up. Well done. You guys are finished. Was that tougher than it looked? Yeah. Was the second bit obviously a lot harder?
Yeah.